All right, let's talk about Amazon SQS. It's a core part of so many cloud setups, right? But here's the thing. You've got two main types of queues, standard and FIFO. Today, we're going to break them down so you know exactly which one to use and, more importantly, when to use it. Okay, picture this. You're building an app. You know you need a message queue. Simple enough. But then you hit your first big decision, standard or FIFO. And trust me, this choice can make or break your application's reliability. So let's make sure you get it right.
So let's kick things off with the SQS standard queue. This is your default option, your go-to. I like to think of it as the powerful, all-purpose workhorse of the SQS world. It's really built for massive scale and raw speed.
But what does that actually mean? Well, a standard queue is designed for just, insane throughput. We're talking a near unlimited number of messages processed super fast. But, and this is a big but, to get that incredible speed, it has to make a couple of pretty important trade-offs in how it delivers those messages.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. See those caveats? A standard queue gives you at least once delivery. That means it's absolutely gonna deliver your message, but sometimes it might deliver it more than once. Yep, you could get duplicates. It also offers best effort ordering. That just means most of the time messages will arrive in the right order, but there's no guarantee. A message might just jump the line. Now, for a lot of apps, this is totally fine, but for others, it's an absolute deal breaker.
All right, so if the standard queue is the big, powerful workhorse, then our second option, the FIFO queue, is more like a precision specialist. This is the tool you pull out when best effort just isn't going to cut it, and you need absolute, predictable control over everything.
FIFO. It stands for first in, first out. And honestly, that name tells you everything. This queue type is engineered from the ground up for one primary mission: to make sure the order of messages is strictly preserved. What goes in first is guaranteed to come out first, every single time. No exceptions.
And this right here, this shows you the difference perfectly. With FIFO, there are no best efforts, no caveats. Ordering isn't a suggestion, it's a guarantee. Delivery isn't at least once, it's exactly once processing. And you know what that means? No surprise duplicate messages, ever. You get completely predictable, reliable message handling, which is just essential for certain critical jobs.
Okay, we've met the players, now let's put them side by side, head to head. This is where the differences really pop, and you can see exactly which queue is built for which job. So let's just walk through this. Ordering. Standard is best effort, while FIFO is super strict, first in, first out. Delivery. Standard guarantees at least once, which opens the door for duplicates. FIFO, on the other hand, guarantees exactly once, so no duplicates. Here's the bottom line. Standard prioritizes raw, almost unlimited throughput. FIFO prioritizes correctness and predictability. It's still incredibly fast, but its main goal is getting it right.
The theory is great and all, but let's talk about where the rubber meets the road. When would you actually choose one over the other in a real project? Because that's what really matters, right?
So the classic textbook example for a FIFO queue is anything to do with money. Think about a banking system. What happens if a deposit command gets processed after a withdraw command? Or what if a buy stock command gets duplicated? Oh boy, you've got a massive problem. In cases like these, the strict ordering and the no duplicate promise of a FIFO queue, well, it isn't just a nice to have. It's an absolute, non-negotiable requirement. So here it is, your simple rule of thumb. Just ask yourself two questions. 1, does the order of these messages absolutely matter? And 2, would a duplicate message completely break my system? If you answer yes to either of those, you need a FIFO queue, period. For pretty much everything else, decoupling services, processing image uploads, sending out email blasts, the massive scale and throughput of the standard queue is going to be your best friend. Whew, okay, we've covered a lot. So let's boil it all down into one final, super simple summary. If you're studying for a certification exam or you just need a quick refresher later, this is the one you'll want to screenshot. Let's run through it one last time. Standard, it's the default. You get best effort ordering, at least once delivery, and duplicates are possible. Think high speed, high volume. Now FIFO, you get strict order, exactly once processing, and 0 duplicates. Think precision, think transactions. And there you have it. That's our breakdown of SQS Standard versus FIFO. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Think about the systems you're working on right now. Based on what we've just talked about, could any of them be simplified or made more secure just by choosing the right queue? Applying this stuff is how you build more robust, more efficient applications. It really does make a difference.